Hey, I'm Seren. It is the 19th of September today. I am blind and I'm doing my Queen's Guide Award at the moment, which has many, many sections. I'm completing a personal skills development section by developing my skills in Braille. So technically I started this when I started my Queen's Guide Award on the 5th of January 2023, I believe. It is 2024 now. But I decided that I wasn't very consistent with it, so I'm going to start again, and I am keeping progress of all of the Braille work that I do over the next year. I know my alphabet, I know my numbers and stuff like that, but I'm going to see if I can get my 60 hours with more consistencies. I am absolutely rubbish at consistency, and I really want to challenge myself for my Queen's Guide Award. I don't want to just get it because this is technically day 2, because yesterday I did an hour because I have a Brailler, and it's connected to this website called Page Braille, and it's got like a board underneath it, so it's not electronic, it's like a typewriter, and it connects to this app, so I can type into it, and it actually tracks my score and gives me like exercises and activities to do. So I'm going to be doing some of that, and then going through the primer, because the primer actually teaches me this stuff, and then I can practice it on the website. So yeah, here's yesterday's clip. Day 1. Got the setup. I've actually done a lot of Braille. It's just sort of like in a bit of a random order. It was a mind map that I was doing, and it actually worked pretty well. These like boxes around each thing, and I just typed C C C C C C C and then L L L L all the way down there until it worked. So it says my podcast ideas. So this is a mind map that I did. So we don't need that. It was so exciting. We went to watch Wicked, and they gave me a Braille version of the cast list, and I couldn't actually read it at the time. So this is my Brailler. It has 9 keys. So these are for each of the dots in Braille. This is the spacebar, new line, and backspace. And it's basically got this electric board clipped into the bottom. This used to just be a wooden one, and we've swapped it out. And it has a load of electrodes and things that mean that when you press the keys, it can recognize it. So if I plug this in, then I can connect it to Bluetooth, and then it means that I can type onto my laptop using my Brailler. I need 2 hands, but B, and then it prints onto here. To pull this back so you can put it under the roller, and then press the lever back down, and then roll it in. We have to read out everything that I just typed. So this is the number sign, and then it's number 1. I'm currently on 84%, and I think it was 60% on numbers. Yeah. I'm counting it here with how many minutes I've done, and then obviously putting it into decimal point, because otherwise it won't work, and then it adds up down here. And yeah, I've just finished The Incredible Book Eating Boy, and it took me 3 nights. And that is really cool, because it took me almost 2 weeks to finish the first book, and I was reading sort of like 15 minutes every night. The second book took me almost 2 weeks. It was 12 days, and that one was a lot more complicated, so that sort of it had a lot of describing words that weren't very easy to guess, which I feel like is a lot with reading. It's a lot of predicting what's going to come next, and you couldn't really do that with this one, because there were lots of different names, and
Yeah, so that one was called Nen and the Lonely Fisherman, and it was a really, really cute book. A few days ago, I started The Amazing Book-Eating Boy, and now I finished it. I literally read like 5 pages on the first day, 4 on the next, and then I've just finished it. And it's actually crazy, like how much quicker I've got just over the last few weeks, just reading 3 books. Yeah, it's really exciting. I don't even have to think about it as much. I need to do a little bit more of typing so I don't get out of practice with that. But I think reading it with your fingers is the hardest part. So I'm really, really pleased with that, and it's really exciting. It's been 8 weeks and 4 days, and I've just got to 9.5 hours. Guess what? It's been 3 months since I started doing my Braille again for Queen's Guide, and I am on 15.38 hours, which I'm on, it's like 12 weeks and 7 days or something like that.
Yeah, 15, and that's more than an hour a week.
Yeah.
Week. More than an hour a day. You're actually spending weeks doing it. Done really well.
So I've obviously had a bit of a off moment the last few days, but I read last night and the night before that.
That's good.
All of it's reading at the moment, so none of it has been typing other than like the first 2 days. So I need to get back into the actually going through the Braille. But I've gone through.
Because otherwise you could rattle your podcast.
Yeah, I've gone through Winnie the Witch.
You've read so many books recently.
Winnie the Witch 1 book, Nen and the Fisherman, Lonely Fisherman 2 books, and then The Book-Eating Boy, that's 3 books, and then The Missing Homework, that's 4 books in 3 months.
You have done so good.
I've got a lot quicker, I reckon.
A lot quicker. Yeah.
So I think my minimum is like 5 minutes a day. So on the days I'm like, I've just done 5 minutes, but it's still adding up.
Yeah, absolutely. And like regular practice is what they always say helps our brains.
Yeah, exactly. This is my next one.
That's your next one. I'm excited.
Hang on. It's upside down. Hope so. No.
Normally it's the other way around.
An A to Z of monsters. I'll get my poem book out. I decided for the video, I was gonna read another poem and see how much faster I've got. Alexa, what's the time?
It's 6:34 p.m.
Let's go for this one. Rain. Rain on the green grass and rain on the tree. I'm not sure what punctuation that is. Dot 2 and 3. Okay.
Is it like a colon or
maybe, yeah.
Colon.
And rain on the housetop.
No, but not upon me. I don't know what that is. Oh, maybe a bracket. Oh, it was a short one. Traditional. Okay, yeah, that's a cute one.
I found Unified English Braille math tutorial website. Will give you maths problems.
Oh, that's cool. I'm not great at maths problems in maths, let alone Braille maths. Ooh, but that's something else to add to the video. So Susie made us an advent calendar covered in Braille numbers sewn on with buttons. So, like, you can tell what they are as you go through. So that's 15. This has actually got me a lot better at my numbers because it involves chocolate.
Semicolon. Dot 2 and 3 is a semicolon.
Okay. I'm a blind leader, and this is how we taught all of our rainbows and guides about Braille just using Lego. We started off our rainbows meeting by opening my new set of Lego Braille bricks.
The letters, do you think you could spell your name?
Braille is a tactile writing system that visually impaired people like me can use to read using raised dots. These dots are arranged in 2 columns, and that's called a cell. Each cell then represents one character. I don't think I could have come up with a better way to explain it because most of our kids are very familiar with Lego already. So the younger ones who are 4 and 5 could just practice spelling their names, but the older ones we could use the sheet that comes in the box because they were really interested in learning how it actually works. When you put a special symbol in front of a letter, it becomes a number. So A is also 1 and B is also 2, and then it goes all the way up to J, which is 0. One thing I love about girl guiding is that being blind isn't really a big deal within any of my units, but hearing their excitement when they were spelling things and then they could hand them to me to read back out was amazing. I was gifted these sets by Lego back in February, but we have been using them all year, and it's meant that we've had a really good opportunity to introduce more Braille within the units. Hands up if you think we should make a Braille badge. I reckon we could do that.
I'm as big a fan because I feel like anything it's in it kind of overtakes.
To update my Braille vlog. We're sat on the sofa with many things: my Braille display, the primer, my Hable, and then my phone.
Which you're holding.
Yeah.
I was trying to look for it.
And we've just done 45 minutes of Braille practice, which I've had a bit of an on and off time, haven't I? But actually, we've been looking through the log, so I've still been logging it, and I hadn't missed as much as I thought. So I'm on 24 and a little bit hours, and it's been 27 weeks. So I'm gonna catch up because I think I've got a lot faster, and we've started reading a lot more grade 2 stuff. So I've started the book that I got for Christmas, which is a kid's book, but it's really cute, and it's in grade 2, but like easy grade 2 that actually we can go through. And so I've been sitting there with the book, and then you've been sitting there with the primer, and anything we really can't work out, we'll go through and then we learn it. And I've learned quite a few things from there, actually, like AR, like that's really stuck in my head, just from like reading it in the books before we even got to that lesson on here. Now we've just done that lesson in the primer today. So,
and I was saying as well how you can read for longer without getting tired. So you can be quicker.
I read for like 35 minutes last night, which was really good. And yeah, I don't know whether I'm quicker, obviously, because we're reading grade 2 now, so like that will slow me down anyway. But yeah, we've just got, so one of the reasons I hadn't done much for a while was because we sent off my last batch of Clear Vision books, and we've just got the new set, so we've got to wipe them down, and then I'll start seeing what's in the new set. But apparently Clear Vision have some teenagers section book things. I don't think they've got the same like plasticky bit, which I really like, but actually I don't think my fingers will get any more sensitive if I don't start reading on paper, so that's probably not the end of the world. Can't get used to these too much. But then once I'm good at reading it on paper, then I'll be able to read this much easier.
Yeah.
I want to be able to read this fast enough to tell what the settings say before it changes. Because when you turn it on, it like flicks through a few different things. I think it says like starting and then loading and then some other things. And I'm not fast enough to read them, so one day I'll be able to read that properly. But I've like been through not the whole of the settings, but a lot of the settings on this today, which was too frustrating beforehand because I couldn't really read it well enough. So I can actually now go through and read it properly. It is the 19th of April, and I've had lots and lots of uni assignments due. But I just managed to spend 2 hours on my Braille display, literally just reading through the user guide, just trying to work out how it works properly. But like 2 hours of constant reading, which I actually did quite fast. I got through quite a lot of it, so I'm really proud of that. And I'm back on 28 hours now, and I've been doing this for 30 weeks, so I'm kind of I'm checking how I'm keeping up to date by assuming I would do like 1 hour a week basically, so I should be on 30 hours, and I'm on 28.38 or something like that, so I'm catching up again, which is really cool. It's the 6th of July and I'm currently sat with the Brailler trying to go through some of these signs. So we've got CH is this symbol, GH is this, SH is this, TH is that, and then WH is this one, and then I've just typed them out over and over and over again so I get used to how they feel on the keyboard. And now I'm doing ED, ER, OU and OW. We did 40 minutes sat at the climbing cafe, just practicing these on the Hable, which was really cool. We did loads of it, and it's been quite hard to practice with my Tourette's recently. So I'm quite behind. I think I'm on 35 hours, but now I've officially finished uni. I'm just waiting for my results. I'm gonna try for this week to do an hour every day. I won't be able to keep that up for much longer than that, but this week, starting from tomorrow, which is Monday the 7th, I'm going to do an hour every day. So I'm on 41 weeks and 35 hours, so actually I'm not as behind as I thought I was. Like, that's technically like 6 weeks, but only because there's lots of stuff that just in day-to-day life that I'm reading now because it's more useful to read it in Braille. So I think that's a progression in itself. That's a step up in itself, which is really cool. And I've also been still doing the Braille sessions with Brownie units. I was meant to do one today with my trefoil unit, but it didn't end up happening.
Recording.
So, because me and Emily both read Braille, I'm using my tablet and stylus to poke the Braille into her food, so she can tell what it is, because we've just been through and tried to work out what everything is. And then, what does that say, Em? Find that? It's on this corner.
It just says chili.
Yeah, nice. Cool. We're done.
And even though he can make a joke,
Just adding to my Braille vlog because we're playing Scrabble in the dark. With my Braille Scrabble, and I like to think I have an advantage here. Just putting the flash on for the sighted people. I played. Oh. No. I played Penguin up here. And I played Quartz down here. And I keep messing the board up. Okay, it is the 29th. Is it? I didn't actually check the date before I started this.
It is.
Yay!
was the 29th of July, and last night I had a realisation that because I've been panicking that I've been behind on my hour a week, but completely forgot that there aren't 60 weeks in a year. There are 52 weeks in a year, so I'm not behind. I'm actually ahead by like an hour, like almost 2 hours, I think. So I still need to get like include a few more hours over the next few weeks than I would, but I'm actually on target, and I'm really proud of that because I was worried that I hadn't like kept up with the challenge of it, but actually I have, which is really nice. But we've got a load of blank playing cards, and we are going to Braille them, and then we can play cards without Susie looking at the cards and cheating. We've been playing loads of board games recently, so we've got Braille Scrabble that we played in the tent in the last video, and then we've been playing Moo and Uno in just like random restaurants and cafes and things somewhere all over the place, which has been nice. But you've had to like put them under the table, haven't you, so you don't cheat.
I didn't put myself.
But I'm really proud because like my numbers have improved drastically, so I don't need to think about the letter and then convert it to the number anymore. I just read it as the number in my brain, and I'm really happy with that. That's a really big improvement. So I think next is we want to go through some more of the lessons and like practice a little bit more of the grade 2 stuff, and then I get to read my Bertie the Blind Bat book, which I'm very excited about. And yeah, nearly there. Got 7.5 weeks left of my Braille challenge. I am currently following a Braille recipe. Is that a table?
Yeah.
No, is that a cheese? So we are on holiday, and we've decided that this is going to be a very relaxed holiday. So we're also using the time to play a load of Braille board games and practice our Braille in the primer and stuff, which means that I can keep up with my goal. So I've kept up with my goal of 1 hour a week, and now I can start ramping it up to get the last few hours before the 18th. So I can actually meet the 60 hours, but I think it's going really well. And I think we'll get there. We've done quite a lot in the last few days, and I don't want to burn ourselves out, but hopefully we do it. We're just like what's the word? Testing each other in random places and things as well, just so we can actually remember stuff.
It's paying off. We're getting a lot more confident.
Yeah. And you're actually reading with your fingers, which is good.
That does not help your Braille.
No, but I'm making her not cheat at Braille Uno, and she has to do it under the table, so she can't. She has to
just
read
see the
with her
numbers
fingers.
on the card.
Yeah. But we've also got, where are they? Oh yeah, a load of blank cards that we're gonna Braille with the tablet and stylus in a bit, I think, and make ourselves some cards that she can't cheat on. And then it's
cards.
yeah, and then it's even, and then you can sight read it if you want.
Yeah.
Then you can sight read it, and I can. Then we'll be on an even playing field. Although I don't know how to play many of the card games, so you have to teach me. But yay, nearly there. Got 5 weeks left. 5 weeks and 5 days, I think. Yeah.
So nearly 6 weeks.
Nearly 6 weeks. But yeah, we're gonna do it. Since our last thing, we've been playing Braille Uno. My Uno has got Braille on the tops of it.
The screen, that's not the first card. The first one is a skip. The first one will be I spied it and it's a 2 plus in yellow. I looked.
Ah.
Cheated as well. Oh yeah, I've got that. The first one will be blue. 3.
Yeah.
It is the final week. The final countdown. Just less than a week to go now until I've finished my skill. I finally get to read Bertie the Blind Bat. I'm very excited about it. Yeah, yesterday I did 55 minutes and I was just getting my phone and like scanning each page of the primer and going through like the whole thing. I did 55 minutes. And now I'm gonna read Bertie the Blind Bat, which is about, I think, a visually impaired bat. Very exciting. It is the 12th of September. I have 5 days left, and I'm finally getting around to making our Braille deck of playing cards. The pack I've been sent only has enough for 3 suits, and then there's like 2 spares. So I'm gonna do these 3 and then find another pack and do the other one as well. I have got the stylus and tablet thing, and I have done 3 already. And so I'm starting with spades, and then I'm gonna go to clubs, and then diamonds, and then I'll do hearts last. So number 8, 8 in Braille is the same as H, so it would be H for 8, and then H for heart. So what we have to do instead is use an X for heart. It is the 18th of September, and I'm about to put the final bit into my spreadsheet, and I'm at 60 hours. I've got my poems book back open, and this is the book that I was using at the start, and I'm gonna see how much faster I've got. On my little guitar. On my little guitar. With only one string, I play in the morning. No. I lost the moonlight. Any old thing. That's cute. Maybe I try a longer one. Rain.
That's day.
Rain on the green grass, and rain on the trees. No, on the tree, semicolon, and rain on the house top, but not upon me. This is cute.
tomorrow? Tomorrow's never there. It always runs away. Every time I catch it, it says it's called today. That's a really cute one.
Your reading is really better.
Take a bow. I did it! Yay! So it's been a whole year, and yeah, I'll be interested to watch back the first one and see how slowly I read it. That is Queen's Guide. Skill finished.
As well, you're less tired after reading.
Yes. My next goal is, so I've got really good at reading the Braille on like sheets of plastic like this, but I'd like to get better at reading it on paper because it's not as prominent. So I can read a thick book.
On paper.
Yeah. So yeah, I'm gonna read Lucy Edwards' book, I think. I've managed to like get all of my goals, and I've been setting goals throughout, and sort of changing them a bit as I go, and things change. I changed things up a little bit when I was doing my dissertation because I couldn't practice as much. But over the last sort of few months, it's got trickier to log it because I've been doing lots of random little bits here and there that like aren't enough to log, but it's because I've been using it more in day-to-day life, which has been really cool.